It's 7:36 right now. Undocumented New Yorkers calling on city and state leaders to provide more protection, given the recent threats by the border czar to flood New York with immigration agents. So this was one of the main topics at a packed town hall meeting last night in Bushwick, where residents proposed the New York for All Act, a bill aimed at increasing protections for immigrant communities.
Meanwhile, the lawsuit over New York's sanctuary city status filed by the Department of Justice forges ahead. So here to give us an update on all of this and where the lawsuit stands, what steps the city is taking now to protect undocumented New Yorkers, is New York City's Immigration Commissioner Manuel Castro. So Commissioner Castro, great to have you back.
Thank you, Dan.
Let's begin with the Department of Justice lawsuit and where it stands, and if New York can actually, with this lawsuit, lose its sanctuary status.
Well, Dan, thank you, and Hazel, thank you for having me on. Happy to come and speak directly to New Yorkers and immigrant New Yorkers about the way that we're going to be defending New York City and our sanctuary laws. As the first deputy mayor said himself here a few days ago, we intend to protect our city, defend our city vigorously, because these laws quite literally save lives. So my office interacts with immigrant New Yorkers more than any other office in the city. We see this every single day. These laws are the difference between people coming forward if they're experiencing a medical emergency. You were speaking about Legionnaire's disease just a moment ago. We want New Yorkers, immigrant New Yorkers, to come forward if they're experiencing an emergency, a medical emergency, or to report crimes if they've witnessed a crime or have been a victim of a crime, or in some instances if they have been victims of human trafficking or domestic violence. Without these laws, it would be difficult for immigrant New Yorkers to trust local authorities. And so this is why we intend to defend these vigorously.
But with the lawsuit, yes, the defense that the city is putting forth is pertinent. But can the city lose sanctuary status? Is that a real possibility?
Look, you know, anything can happen nowadays in the courts. So not just New York City, but other cities need to prepare if that were to happen. We need to look at every scenario, which is what we're doing. But first and foremost, we need to defend these laws in court. We need to defend our rights as cities. Most importantly, though, is reassure the community. There's a lot of misinformation out there. It's being spread across social media. So we are seeing people already hesitating, coming forward and using city services, which is why I'm here, and I'm a regular in Spanish language television. I'm everywhere you can find immigrant communities to say, look, right now our sanctuary city laws are still in place. I work very closely with all the commissioners in the city to make sure their staff knows, and we encourage our immigrant New Yorkers to continue to come forward.
I mean, fearful, and understandably so. I mean, we've seen some of these holding cells inside the federal buildings where the immigrants are being held. Excuse me, I know members of Congress have been suing to gain access. What is the city doing?
It's very concerning, and I have tremendous respect for the advocates that have been shedding light on this issue. This building is under federal jurisdiction, so local officials like myself, we don't have access, but we have asked our federal partners to look into this, because again, the images that we're seeing, what we're hearing from immigrant communities, very concerning. Look, you know, immigrants need to trust that when they show up to their appointments at immigration court, that they're not going to end up in this situation.
But they don't trust it.
Exactly. It undermines due process, which is what advocates and we have been saying. These sites need to be safe. People need to continue to come forward, engage with our immigration in our court system. Otherwise, people will continue to go into the shadow, live lives as undocumented immigrants, and we don't want that. We want that reverse. We want them to have an option to come forward, engage with our system. And look, this is really important. I want to say this. This is why Congress cannot continue to kick this issue down the can. The next time there's an opportunity to pass comprehensive immigration reform, they need to do it. Otherwise, these situations happen. TPS is not a form of status that people need to rely on or should rely on. Congress needs to do something to give people protections.
You're talking about temporary protected status, right? For the folks right now who are looking at what Border Czar Tom Homan said, right after that off-duty Border Patrol agent was shot uptown, he said he was going to flood the zone of sanctuary cities. Have you had conversations with the administration, or have you seen an increase in this so-called flood of agents in New York City?
Look, this is why our role is important here. We want to de-escalate the rhetoric. We don't want the situation to spiral out of control and see images like what we're seeing in other jurisdictions like Los Angeles. We don't want authorities to come into communities and frankly pick up anyone regardless of their status or if they have committed a crime or have an order of deportation. We're doing everything we can to de-escalate, to make sure we don't see this spiral out of control and create chaos in our communities.
Have you spoken to them?
I have not spoken to him personally. Again, they are very clear. Again, our sanctuary laws prohibit city workers from cooperating and coordinating with federal immigration authorities. Again, because we want to make sure that immigrants trust their local governments to continue to come forward. As someone who spends a lot of time in immigrant communities, I'm heading to Queens right after this to make sure I'm connecting directly. I want people to trust me, and I want people to trust that we're doing the right thing. And I'm here to say we're intending, and we will vigorously defend our city and our sanctuary laws.
Well, I mean, a lot of folks that are undocumented expressed their fear at that town hall in Bushwick.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about the immigrant support network that was launched?
It's a very important initiative. We, last couple of weeks, have rolled out an initiative to open over 125 sites across New York City where immigrants can access information and legal services to ensure that they have the protection and the information they need to be able to prepare for whatever may come their way. Especially those individuals who are under temporary statuses like TPS, like DACA, and so forth. They need to consult with a trusted and safe immigration legal service provider so that they can be prepared. And we're very happy to be partnering with legal services across the city and with the local public library system. So it's a tremendous effort by the city. It's the most comprehensive and coordinated effort in any other city. And so we're happy to be partnering with a lot of folks.
And just real quickly, how can folks access that information?
They can visit our website at nyc.gov/immigrants. They can also call 311 or call our direct hotline. Reach out to us directly, and you can have this information in your preferred language.
Okay. Very good, and it's important right now, especially with so many of the immigrants with TPS, their TPS status expiring, so it's an important time to have that program. Come on back soon and keep us posted on this, okay?
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Commissioner, thank you.